Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the Weekly Pint. The Weekly Pint, which also is coming at you tonight on Instagram as well as Facebook, because why not? I'm a glutton for throwing a wrench into things with, I always have enough problems getting stuff to work the way it's supposed to, so why not? If you are tuning in for the first time, this show is not a show. It's a weekly live stream that I do to just kind of come up with an excuse to hang out with you guys and have a drink after a long work day, getting ready for a long work week, and that's what it is. Two streams going on, both of them you can comment and take part in the show that way. The phone lines are not active tonight because the phone is running Instagram. So Instagram, it's your fault. However, if you are on Instagram, I think there's a way that you can click on something to join in on there. And maybe we would do it that way, but that's what it is. How's everybody doing? So tell me what you're drinking. Marco is drinking Epic's Imperial Pumpkin Porter. I do not have a pumpkin beer, although I almost almost pulled a pumpkin beer out of the fridge to drink. I almost grabbed a Taft's. It sounded delicious, but I'm still in an Oktoberfest mood after the Oktoberfest kicked off this weekend, Oktoberfest Cincinnati. Josh, Raging Hop, is on Instagram. He says, hey. Well, actually, he says, oh, hey. Hey. Julia is drinking Westside's Red IPA. JD is drinking a Boston Lager. That's all right, man. There's nothing wrong with a Boston Lager. Idaho's beer game is weak. Surely you've got enough sources here to send you some Grainworks back that way, right? Or not just Grainworks. I mean, you could send something else too. Raging Hop is drinking water. Ugh. There's water in beer. Don't you know that? Well, if you're not drinking tonight, tell us what was going on this weekend. What did you have to drink? GMAC is drinking Switchyard Brewing Orange Blossom Blonde. Wife picked up in Bloomington. It's on the way. I will say that Grainworks Oktoberfest is on point this year. Although all of the Oktoberfests around town have been on point this year. We've got such a good beer scene right now. So there's that, I guess. We may not be able to have sports come together. But although, how are the Reds doing now? But Reds are there. They won 6-3. We've got something, I guess. This weekend, Josh drank some delicious Prairie barrel-aged peanut butter bomb and Corner Place cake stout. Jesus. Is that a beer? 3 drunken nights of Beer Kiss the past weekend. I really, really, really wanted to get down to Beer Kiss this weekend for Oktoberfest, as they called it, but just couldn't figure out time. I can't figure out time for anything anymore. As you can see by the show, it's 10 o'clock and we're just now getting rolling with it. It's, it's just when you think you can get stuff, JD has What's in the Middle coming. I didn't get to try any of that this year yet. I had I had some last year that was not what it was supposed to be, but it was still delicious. I've been really, really impressed with everything that Grainworks has been doing lately. The expansion is freaking incredible. Yeah, everything's awesome. When you go into a local brewery right now, you're expecting you're expecting something that, I don't want to say you're expecting doom and gloom because of this COVID stuff, but there's a part of you that is kind of expecting things to be rough, and it doesn't seem to be the case with anybody. Everybody seems to be faring pretty well and finding ways to adapt and keep growing and keep, adapting. Mike is drinking Earthquake High Gravity Lager by Drink 4 Brewing Company. Where are they out of? There is so many breweries now out there in the world that I've never even heard of. It's also, it's really hard to keep up with what's happening here in Cincinnati, let alone elsewhere at the same time. If you guys ever, I know that we've got kind of a loyal group of people that watch on Facebook every week, but if you guys like other streaming platforms, feel free to let me know, and we can always explore where this show streams. I've toyed around with a couple other ideas, but I've never really gone for it. We could do YouTube. I know we've talked about this. There is going to be La Crosse, Wisconsin, and Memphis, Tennessee for the Drink 4 Brewing Company. YouTube is going to be more of a focus for the stuff that I do in the next near future and beyond. So it probably makes some sense to put the show there. I mean, the show is there. If you're a Patreon supporter, you get access to kind of the back catalog of Weekly Pints, at least most of them. And those are all on YouTube, so I could flip a switch and have them all just be on YouTube if I wanted to. And then obviously Prost, all of those episodes are up there. And I'm almost done with some of the behind-the-scenes stuff to get ready for the vlog, which doesn't have a clever name yet. It's just a vlog. I will come up with something. That is coming very soon. And then I have a whole list of lots of other videos that I want to make, whether or not I'm able to, because I will. It's just a matter of when. I suppose it gets easier as each month goes by with kids. There comes a point where eventually they are kids and things are easy, but a notification just point up that the NFL has fined several NFL coaches for their mask usage. When are we going to get past this? Like, when is this going to go away? I did get out a little bit this weekend. I was recording over at Streetside with Garrett and Steve, and then also that's way too complicated, Josh. Josh says the vlog should be called Grand Theft Gnome Vlog Newport PT Edition. If anybody wants to know the story there, well, just get on thegnarlygnome.com and search for arrest, and it'll probably come up. Or there's plenty of other ways. You could go to Fretboard TV and listen to my interview there. We talk about it a lot, but I forgot what I was talking about now. So I got out to record an episode, and then also got out to do some other video stuff that I was working on. So I got over to Narrow Path and Little Miami, which Little Miami was insanely crowded, and that was a little uncomfortable, I guess is the way I would put it, like that amount of crowd. So I didn't stay there very long. But Narrow Path was perfect. Got to sit out on the beer garden or the patio, whatever they call it there. And it was cold, which was actually kind of nice for once. So it's a rare thing anymore to just get out and be able to stop into some of those places that I haven't been to in a while. Finally got a hold of the 2 bottle releases from Narrow Path that I've been waiting on. Have you been to Fibonacci? I have been to Fibonacci. Funny enough, or trivia, whatever you want to call it. So when my oldest kid, who is now 3, was the age of my youngest now, who is 5 months, she had probably been to, I don't know, close to 40 breweries or 30-something breweries. We went out a lot, especially if you've got kids, there's this little perfect window where they're tiny and they're in their little seat thing, and all they do is just hang out and sleep. I did not have a Brews Traveler, Matt Damaris. I saw it and definitely thought about it, but they had an alt beer on tap. They had an Oktoberfest, obviously, that I had to try. And then there was something else that I had to try, and I can't remember what it was now. I'd have to look. But no, I did not have the Brews Traveler, although it sounded really good. But you get this little phase with kids where they are tiny and they just sit in their little seat and just hang out and nap a lot. And you can pretty much take them anywhere and just kind of sit and hang out, and they're happy and they're fine. And so when my daughter was little, we went a lot of places with her. She was born in February, so it was coming into the spring, and you're excited to just get out and be out in the world again. Whereas with the second one, he was born in the middle of all of this COVID craziness, and he has been to one brewery, and that is Fibonacci. So for Father's Day, we went to Fibonacci. I guess we brought food. We probably packed a picnic or something. I don't know. And then went and sat out in the beer garden and had a few beers. And my 3-year-old yelled at the goats to come play with her, and stared at them, waiting for them to walk over for a very long time. She had a blast. And, of course, the boy just sat in his seat and napped. But because everything is so crazy, we don't get to go out with him the way we did with her. And makes me feel a little guilty that the poor kid hasn't been to very many breweries. But maybe that'll get remedied soon. I don't know. As we head into winter, there's the amount of breweries that you can go to that have the space that you can spread out in a way that makes everybody in my family comfortable is very limited. And with kids, it's hard no matter what. But I don't know. There's a part of me that's definitely afraid that this culture that we've built around tap rooms. Marco wants to know if I tried the Brewer's Tears seltzer at Narrow Path. I actually didn't even see it on, so I didn't even think about it. But no, that is one of the seltzers around town that I have not tried yet. I did drink some more pumpkin seltzer this weekend, as if anybody kind of follows, which I guess all of you probably follow me in some capacity if you saw that I was live. I did drink some more pumpkin seltzer this weekend. I tell you what, man, that stuff is good. I don't know if I'm ashamed that I feel that way, or if I'm happy that somebody has made something like that I don't know. But we drank some of that. It was sent to me free by not technically the folks at Braxton, I guess. It's from their marketing company, but should probably always disclose that, which is a whole topic within itself. So I also, this weekend, or leading up to this weekend, I have yet to try a seltzer. I'm scared. It's exactly what you expect. Marco wants to know if I own the Uggs that I was wearing in my pumpkin seltzer video. I guess technically what what's belongs to my wife belongs to me, but no, those were not mine. They're also not very comfortable. It's the first time I've worn a pair of Uggs, and I always kind of forgave people for wearing them because I'm like, oh, they must just be really comfortable, so it doesn't matter that they look stupid. But no, they're not even comfortable. They're miserable. Um, uh, I forgot where I was going again. Oh yeah, so try a seltzer. Um, if you haven't had one, do that. I'm waiting for the infinity scarf to come out. It's the next step in becoming pumpkin spice basic. Yeah, I was gonna look for like a North Face, like a little jacket and stuff too, but and then a scarf, but that was a bit too much. And I thought I thought just a little bit would be all that I needed. Um, Sorry if it's confusing for anybody on either stream. I am trying to talk to both sides, so if you get confused by one of my responses, I'm probably talking to somebody on the other stream. Just because I like to make things difficult. It is so. Well, I mean, if you want to go behind the scenes a little bit, there is a way that I can get comments to come into the stream up on the actual screen that I've got going on. So that would make things a little bit easier. But Tom Brady wears Uggs. Tom Brady can get away with a lot of things that normal people can't. Streamception, yes. I could also. Well, no, that would be too confusing. There's other ways that I could do it, and this is all part of why I do. And I've talked about this before, but part of why I do the Weekly Pint is just to play around with things that I would never do in like a real show. And since this isn't a real show, I can try stuff that may not work or may work, and not worry about what that means, I guess, So sometimes I'll do things that just, crash and burn, and you guys get to be the guinea pigs for that, so sorry. What was I going to say? There was something else that I was going to talk about Narrow Path, and now I can't remember. I don't know. I'm also a little upset with how... So I usually ran the Facebook stream in Chrome, and I just started doing it in Safari, and now I remember why I wasn't doing it in Safari, because it sucks. I'm a little fed up with Facebook, honestly. It's kind of a pain to do anything in Facebook anymore. It's almost become a little bloated, and it just doesn't do the things that it's supposed to do. What is everybody's favorite social media platform? I assume most of you guys saw that I am now officially on TikTok. I'm a TikToker. I post TikToks. I don't know how any of that works. The new Facebook update is pretty I don't mind it on mobile. Like on my phone, it doesn't bother me as much, but on a actual computer, it is just miserable. To the point where I almost don't ever even pull it up on a computer anymore. But what is everybody's favorite social media platforms? There's lots of things that I don't understand about some of them, which makes me feel old and stupid. But when I did post my talk, the very first comment on it, I had to Google what it meant because I didn't understand. I didn't know that there was new lingo that came along with this stuff. I think I agree with Josh over on that stream that Instagram, I think, is the best. I think Instagram is a good mix of different ways to share stuff too. Like you can do long form videos like this. You can do short form videos with, you could do the Reels thing, which I haven't tried yet. I secretly wish Twitter was more widely used. I've never been a huge Twitter fan. It doesn't. I mean, it's okay, but I don't like the way conversations happen on there and the way it kind of organizes it and stuff. It's just hard to kind of follow along sometimes. I do like Instagram. I think Instagram's probably my favorite right now. That could change. Especially knowing that Instagram is owned by Facebook, they could screw it up in a heartbeat the way they did Facebook. Julius, let's see here. Marco says he's not on TikTok or Instagram. I would say definitely get on Instagram. It is, it's a little less chaotic than some of the other platforms. Julia says she scrolls through Facebook but tends to be more active on Instagram for watching stuff, though. Likes Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. I hate watching longer form videos on my phone. Prost is about the longest video I'm willing to watch on my phone. I can get that. I understand that. I will say that if you are willing to wait a week, you can watch Prost on YouTube on the TV, but it's almost too short to watch on a TV because then you got to be clicking to find the next video too quick. But I don't mind watching. I've actually started within the last, 6 months. I've started watching more stuff on my phone than I was before because, we'll get like tonight, by the time I get done with this, it'll be about time that I'm ready to just go climb into bed. And not that I want to go to sleep right away, though. So in bed, I will just pull out my phone and stick my AirPods in and watch something for, half hour or so just to kind of wind down from the day. It's very strange, too. And this show isn't as bad, but especially a brewcast. If I'm recording a brewcast and then even if it's here, if I'm doing it here in studio and I, record the show and then afterwards, it's bedtime, I can't just go to bed. The build up for a show like that, you get this adrenaline thing going and you really can't just shut it off. Way more if you're going out somewhere, so you're in that loud kind of environment with people drinking and hanging out, and then you're done. It's you can't just shut it off. It's doing a brewcast is very strange because this show there's no agenda. You just kind of turn it on and go. Whereas Cincy Brewcast, there's so much prep that goes into some of these episodes, and you're spending God knows how many hours putting notes together just so depending on where the conversation is going to go that you're ready for it. And this huge build up. I don't know if you guys can hear that. My computer is loud tonight. It's probably Facebook working it to death. Marco says, I'll watch what you put up on YouTube, but for live interaction, I like Facebook. Could give Insta a shot. I say you do because I really like Instagram. I like I said, I like that, the bulk of it obviously is posting pictures, but the idea that there was this whole Instagram TV side of it, and it's just a neat little tab just right on that, that main page that keeps it all right there for you. I'm curious about the reels, and I do have an idea that I'm gonna hopefully get some recorded. It's not gonna be a a steady posted thing. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna post one a week or anything, but I do have an idea that will be on, probably Reels and TikTok. Maybe it's the name TikTok that bothers me so much. I don't like it. I don't know. I feel like I should not be as old and curmudgeon-y as I feel like I am when I complain about TikTok, though. I guess I should take a drink of beer. My beer's just sitting here. Yes, so the vertical video thing. For anybody that's on Facebook, we're talking about vertical video on Instagram and how hard they push it. They have moved away from that a little bit. When they first launched the Instagram, the IGTV, I think is what you're supposed to call it. When they first launched that, it was all vertical video. You couldn't do, you could do horizontal, but it wouldn't flip with your phone or anything. Whereas now you can, like Prost is a horizontal video. And I don't know, it doesn't bother me anymore. And I actually don't mind vertical video for some stuff. If I know that somebody's going to be on their phone watching it, I don't, especially if it's live like this, I don't care. to have vertical, personally. Julia says she agrees with Marco. For live interaction, she likes Facebook or YouTube, Twitch. The odd misspellings and bad autocorrects from typing on my phone could be showing of themselves. Yeah. So is it the actual interacting that's just easier through Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch? See, I think interaction is hard on YouTube, the way that all kind of works. Even Facebook, like, this is not the way a Facebook live stream is set up, is not as easy to interact with on my end as it is over on Instagram. Like, the although, yeah, I mean, I think I from my end, I like this format, and by this I mean Instagram, better than Facebook. And yeah, I don't know. I would be curious to see. No, I don't know. There's room for both, and that is one thing that's hard with Instagram. Is I've never really dug too much into it, but getting a stream key out of Instagram so that I can just stream to Instagram without actually having to have a phone sitting here is way harder than it is on other stuff. Like, it would be no issue at all to just kind of flip a switch and have my stream from the computer going to, Facebook and Twitter, so Periscope, to YouTube, to Twitch, to all that stuff. That's actually really easy to do, whereas Instagram kind of is dragging their feet a little bit, I guess, to make it harder for whatever reason. I don't know why they care. You would think that you would want something. Mike says the vertical video can work well in some situations and forces you to be more creative. I could see that. Julia over on Facebook says it's more about the interaction of being able to use a full-size keyboard, but she'll begrudgingly put up with whatever format I decide to pursue. I'm trying to make sure that I am fluid and comfortable enough to shift to whatever format I need to. Not that I think Facebook is going away or anything, but I just want to always be able to keep putting out content in whatever way people want to consume that content. I won't say this show, but the stuff that I'm doing is not going away anytime soon. It's kind of the brilliance of the way it's all set up, is that nobody can stop it from happening at this point. It's just going to keep going. I have been diving very deep into video editing lately, more on Josh's comment of the pain of vertical video versus horizontal, and it's something that I've toyed around with a little bit over the years, but never to the level that it's going to be here soon. It's been a steep learning curve for some stuff. Learning a lot about frame rates and all kinds of shit that I never even thought about. As a photographer, it's all very very simple. It's not that it's simple, but it is. So this whole video thing has been interesting, but I have I have the first episode of the new vlog done, but it's kind of a test episode. I don't think it's actually going to end up as an episode. Josh is excited to see what I come out with. I was about to hit video hard before I stopped the blog. I remember that you had a couple different interviews that you had done with some places around town. I just, and I don't know how. I don't know if it's a lot of crossover, like the people that are reading the blog, or they're the same people that are listening to the podcast and will be the same people that are watching video, or are these like completely different segments of people? And I'll be curious to kind of see how that shapes up. For me, though, I'm going to try really, really hard to keep as much of the content unique as possible. So that you won't see like Cincy Brewcast episodes on YouTube. Not that won't happen from time to time. Like the Oktoberfest one is up there, but for the most part, you might see little clips here and there that pop up on Instagram or TikTok or something. But the content that is in one place is designed for that one place. I think there's some crossover, but at the same time, you find new people in every new medium. Yes. The other big thing too is that just YouTube just being associated with Google. Like, to me, it's insane not to try to put content up there and to help people find what you're doing. I mean, it's Google. It's there's no downside to cranking more content into their ecosystem. It's gonna be fun. With anything, the list of ideas that I have is always going to be way, way longer than anything I can hope to actually realistically do. But I think that's part of the fun, is the desire to keep kind of trying to create more. I will say, being able to stream right from a phone like this takes up way less table space than having the computer set up. Although I could in theory stream right from a phone onto Facebook, but you can't use the whole stream key into a mobile Facebook thing. Although I've got a computer right over here too that's like out of the way, and that could be running Facebook. Yeah, we'll get there. I just need to get this studio a little more organized. I need everything. I need my life to be more organized. It's been interesting lately. Well, we'll wrap this up here, guys. We're at about a half hour, and like I said, I just want to go climb into bed and watch some YouTube, maybe. What can besides Karate Kid? I'm not looking for like a long show. What do you guys recommend that you've been watching lately that's been fun? I do kind of want to watch Karate Kid, but I'm not ready to get I saw the first season. I haven't seen the second one, and I guess that's not YouTube, that's Netflix, isn't it? It was on YouTube. One of these days we'll do that. I like short stuff. I like very short videos. Recommend me something, and we'll wrap it up. We will have pros this week. I just don't know what it's going to be yet because I haven't recorded it yet. I am way behind on everything. Jurassic Park is on Netflix. Oh, we've got the full Jurassic Park collection in my house. Which actually, my 3-year-old is a very big dinosaur fan, so maybe I'll maybe I'll put Jurassic Park on for her to terrify her a little bit, and maybe straighten her out. Waterworld, The Postman. These are all like long movies, you guys. I want short things before I go to bed. Dances with Wolves. Where are you coming from? Like, this is not at all the direction I was thinking. I was thinking, I don't know, Hot Ones or something, something where you're like just short little things. Not staying up all night watching Dances with Wolves. Look up Half as Interesting on YouTube. See, there we go. I have no idea what that is, and now I'm interested. What's this Kevin Costner kick, Marco? Says Julia. I mean, I'm all about Kevin Costner, but not tonight. All right, guys. let's wrap it up. Short videos on interesting stuff. I'm all about that. I'm going to try to remember it by the time I get upstairs. Text that to me in like 5 minutes so I can remember it. We like I said, Prost will be up this week. I just don't know what it's going to look like. I mean, I know what it'll look like. It'll be me drinking, but I don't know what I'll be drinking. I have a ton of stuff that I could dive into. I'm actually really curious to dive into some of that narrow path stuff that I've been itching to get my hands on. So maybe it'll be one of those. I don't know. Or the third Ernest for Good music reaction videos. Thank you, Josh. He texted it to me. That's fantastic. I love you guys. Yeah, like I said, we'll be back next week for this, and Prost will come later this week. If you haven't watched this week's Cincy Brewcast, it's with Street Side. We drank a bunch of Demogorgon, and it was awesome. Next week is Higher Gravity. That's also a fun one. And then things are, and then we won't get ahead of ourselves. There's other stuff coming too that's also fun. And keep your eye on YouTube. If you don't, you can go ahead and follow me on there if you want to. The Gnarly Gnome. And you can be ready to go for when there is content. Or there is a Cincy Brewcast channel too. And I think there's some really old episodes that are on there when we did live stuff. And then this last one, the Oktoberfest Quest, is on there too. And that's it. Maybe I'll put some other stuff on there. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows anything anymore? I just make it up as I go along, right? Thank you, guys. Drink some beer, and everybody have a good night. See, now I don't know how to end both Facebook and Instagram at the same time. It's going to be messy.